Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recap of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 7, Episode 6, Pretty Hurt. So this episode was quite interesting. Some things unfolded and I was just like, did that really just happen? Yes, it did. So let's get into it. So the girls meet up at Andy's place to celebrate Sabrina's birthday. So, to my understanding, they're all 35, right? But I could have sworn, I thought Karen was 36. I don't know, but whatever. Supposedly, they're all the same age. So, they all celebrating Sabrina's birthday. And, Andy wanted to start a tradition of saying something positive about what they love about that person for her birthday because, they don't get a chance to spend the time with each other like they used to. So that was nice. She also told him that she wants to freeze her eggs. And they was all happy for her. But when it came time for Karen to say some things about, the father, they took it the wrong way. They was like, you're single, but you have us. But I understand everybody who's like, every mom that's pregnant will want their child to have both parents for stability and just to know that they got two parents that love them. So I honestly get where Karen was coming from, but they didn't let her get her point across. So, yeah, because me personally, I got two parents, but I was raised by my mom, so being a single parent is it's super stressful. Because now on top of that, you might got one kid, but if you got multiple kids, it's like, and I'm still doing this all by myself, it's like, dang, you're put into a bind, but you also got to do the best that you can do. So I kind of can see where Karen wants, to know her dad, to know who the kid's father is, even though she keeps claiming it's Zach's baby. So she got that in the back of her mind. After the whole celebration was over, Danny said she had to leave, so I guess she had to go see her man. And then Karen also had to go back to the salon to check up on some things. So they leave. Sabrina and Andy, they embrace each other because, Andy is super, excited. Like, okay, so we got to, get this baby thing rolling. And, so after that, Andy writes her a check. I could have sworn, not for nothing, Andy didn't have any more money. But she's steady keep writing her friends checks. Like, okay, sis, how much money do you really got? Okay, so she was like, I'm just, Sabrina was like, I can't take this. But she was like, listen, this is a gift to my future niece and nephew. So, it is what it is. So they embrace each other, hug each other, and went on about their way. Moving right along. Not Karen, this girl, she's on my mind like that. Pam, she set up her little business that she was working on while she's at the shop doing a client's hair, and she's on live, and I guess they see the product placement and whatever, and now everybody coming to the store. So by the time Karen gets to the shop, there's a whole line of customers and people buying stuff. Next, Trey comes in, was like, listen, I got all your deliveries and stuff here ready to sign this. She was like, I got a business loan. So basically, Karen thinks that Pam used the store's credit card to get all that stuff together. But I don't know. I was like, she wants to trust Pam, but then again, at the same time, Pam has bad judgment. So it's like, dang, I don't know whether to trust you or whatever. So she's kind of playing it ear by ear. But, Pam tried to listen, just believe in me. We're going to have all this money and we're going to be rich. She was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And she walked off. Mind you, by this time, Danny, because she was drinking while she was at Sabrina's little get-together. She ended up going to the office, well, Tony's office, because she called off. And as soon as she goes in, she has on this lingerie underneath and this, but I would say plastic leather looking yellow coat that she goes to surprise him. She goes to open her coat and he's like, next thing you know, two kids come and she was like, who are these little munchkins? And he was like, And the girl was like, who are you? Why she ain't got no clothes on? And then the son was like, are those real? And she was like, yes. And she was like, you're pretty. She's like, yeah, thank you. And yes, they are. And then he was like, these are my kids. And she had to cover up and was like, you didn't think to tell me that you got kids and that they was like coming to stay with you. Like, so to my understanding, he told her he has kids, but she didn't plan on them staying constantly with them together while they were together. So basically they're gonna be there for the summer. And Danny just feels like you didn't think to tell me that. He was like, I was gonna tell you at lunch. So you mean to tell me you're gonna let all these hours come back and you always go by? You knew that your kid was coming to stay for the summer. Like, you just gave me a heads up. So it's like, So after that, he was like, I'm about to go get another drink. And he was like, I'm gonna give you some money for a Uber or to go home. He was like, nah, you shouldn't say nothing to me. And yeah, that was that. So she left. And he was just like, oh my God, like, what the heck did he get into? So around this time, Andy's at the office with Zach and Fatima. Come to find out, Zach got custody of Michael, which is so amazing because, everybody's like super excited. Next, at that same moment, Fatima gets a notification on her phone and she don't tell nobody what it is because it only could be one or two things. She positive for being pregnant, or she finally took her steps towards getting her law degree, going into back to school. So that could be one or two things. So she gets a look on her phone, and then she's just like, Andy picked up on like something's not right. She was like, yeah, I'm super excited about this. And Zach is super excited that he's gonna finally get a chance to be a dad to the son that he never had. And yeah, he's just overjoyed about it. And they keep asking Fatima, is she okay? She was like, yeah, I'm cool. And yeah, so anything about it, she's going to talk about that later. So next, Zach decides to leave because he had to go somewhere, handle some business. Then he also wanted Fatima to pick up some things after work for Michael and stuff like that. So he leaves. She checks her phone again. And then by this time, Fatima goes to her office and whatever. So eventually, Andy goes to Fatima's office, and she was basically, Fatima told her about the cases that are on her desk and stuff like that. So Andy was like, what's wrong with you? I noticed something's off. She was like, well, I just got into law school. And she was like, yeah, how does Zach feel? She was like, I haven't told him about it. You should just tell him and just get it off your chest. She was like, yeah, it's just too much for her right now. I can totally see where Fatima's coming from and why she's so on the fence about certain things to tell Zach about. Because he basically wants to become a parent and all this other stuff. So it's just like, one down, one to go. So after that, Hayden greets Andy in the hallway and talking about how he got bigger cases to win. He was like, you think you won that case with Heather? That's nothing. Like, I got better fish to fry. And so now Jordan calls Andy and was telling her that, she was like, I basically said, I'm not going to make it for dinner or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I know because about the Carter case. She was like, how do you know about the Carter case? Remember you told me you had that case to work on, stuff like that. He was like, oh yeah. So he was like, I love you. She literally said, I'm gonna call you back. I got something to do. Why you just can't tell that man you love him? Y'all been dating for what, like 4 or 5 months now? Like, okay, if you love him, love him. Like, girl, what you still so scared and hung up on? So my understanding is that she's still hung up on Gary. Like, she's in love with Gary, even though she don't want to admit to herself that, I know Gary's a dog and all, but she love that man. He dogged her out and she still love him. Sometimes that's just how it be. So moving right along, Hayden tells her about that, and he decides, go to his office and do whatever. So by this time, he meets up with, I guess, Gary at the gym, and Gary and him talking. He was like, yeah, this is some stuff about Andy, and we gotta, try to get her off the case, so basically. And then Hayden also invited Gary for dinner. So that's that, and they leave, whatever. Moving right along. Um, Sabrina goes to Maurice's house and talks to him, and he was like, "Listen, happy birthday to." He sung her a song or whatever. She also was talking about how she had. Did he hear from Calvin? He was like, "Yeah, he pays the rent and his side of the rent, and that's just what it is." Then she also asked for one of the cupcakes because I also thought that he was gonna give that cupcake he had in his hand to her, and he was like, "Nah, you don't want none of these. These have nuts on them." Yeah, not that type of nut, but like, you know. And then she was like, "I need some hand sanitizer." And then she looked, she was like, "Oh, this is not hand sanitizer either." So she got up and left after he sung the song or whatever. That was cute, you know. I wondered, do Rich know that it's her birthday? Like it's giving so much one sided. Like once he said the things he said about not having kids, I could kind of see where the energy shifted. Like I could totally resonate with that. It's like you think you found the one with somebody, and then they turn around and tell you they don't want to have kids in general, or they just don't want to have kids with you. It's like a slap in the face where it's like, yeah, I'm about to fall back on that and just see where things go. Because trust me, me personally, I had somebody tell me that too, and I was just like, okay, I'm about to like backtrack and halt you, and that's just what it is. Okay. So moving right along. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, by the time Fatima gets to the house, she realized that Zach done went baby crazy, done got toys and stuff everywhere. He done moved out her desk that he put for her to work when she go to law school. He done basically put, you would think there was like 3 or 4 children living in that apartment. Like, it was just a lot. Well, in the house, like, and Fatima was like, she was going through it, and he's like, he's not really picking up on the signs that she needs that mental check-in with you. Like, so like, listen, where are you when I'm going through all this, but I'm constantly there for you. So it's like, it's take, and instead of she wants to give, reciprocate that same energy that she's been giving out to him. So eventually he decides to leave because he had to go do something else. And after that, she was having a mental breakdown. She ended up calling her friend, come to find out it was Angela. Angela comes over to the house and she's there coloring in the book. She was like, who told you you're not supposed to color outside the line? And she was like, Miss Ryan. So basically, kind of find out Fatima's kind of like in limbo because it's like he got one child and he's trying to figure out the next one. But she also wants to be the one that has his kids. And Angela was trying to reassure her, like, listen, I understand this is how it is, but you know, you gotta tell him how you doing mentally, physically, whatever, and let him know that you're in law school. And you know, at this point, granted, you already got a child. You don't have to worry about your body getting messed up. And she was like, yeah, but all that, you know, basically, Angela just gave us some good advice, and hopefully she takes it, and, you know, things move accordingly, because I know Fatima has dealt with a lot, and she continues to deal with a lot, and it's just like, who's going to be there to help support her and uplift her and make her feel like everything's going to be okay? Because she's going through it. Sister's really going through it. So moving right along, Hayden and Tamara, you know, greet each other. Come to find out, Gary brought Penelope to Hayden's house for dinner. Gary and Tamara get into it with the clapbacks. Tamara asked Penelope if she wants something to eat or drink. She was like, yeah, sure. All right, so sit down, take a load off. And then she goes into the kitchen and get the rest of the food. She looks at Hayden with a side eye like, you should have told me about this. And then Hayden and Gary went to go talk, and he was like, be easy with Tamara. And then he was telling him about the case with Jordan and all this other stuff. Just like, So next you know, they go eating or whatever. Penelope says she had to use the bathroom, so Hayden gets up to go show her where the bathroom is. So mind you, at this time, it's just Tamara and Gary, and they're going back and forth with each other. They're getting up into each other's face. Next thing you know, Gary says something to her. She says something to him. They end up kissing. I'm just like, what in the world? Gary is a freaking slime ball. Like, what in the world? You is dirty. How you trying to get your man's girl? Like, I think he always had a thing for her, or maybe she had a thing from him. Like, maybe they've been around each other for so long that they didn't think they would actually cross paths again. So it's just like stirring up old emotions. So yeah, they kiss again. Next thing you know, Hayden comes out. I wonder he actually see them kiss. Like, he could have like, yeah, y'all okay? Because he heard them arguing. He's just like, yeah. And it was like, wow. So come to find out at the end, Danny's home in her house, looking through her diary because the therapist said to write your thoughts out. So she starts writing, and she starts giving herself advice from, I think, when she was younger or whatever. Andy's reflecting on her job and I guess her relationship with Jordan. Sabrina, she's really contemplating on, doing her egg freedom. She started doing some research and whatnot. Karen, she finally goes to the doctor. Her regular doctor's not there, but the on-call doctor is there. So she basically went to talk. Somebody took her to the room, and she basically let the doctor know that this is what's happening. I really need to know who's my child's father, and can we do the amniocentesis? So, yeah, this was this episode in a nutshell. And I'm hopefully glad I did not miss no parts, because it seems like I didn't. But anyway, if I missed out anything, let me know in the comments section down below. And y'all stay tuned for next week. I got y'all. And with that being said, bye.